Well, I think after the incident happened, and the DSS and the military were involved in the rescue efforts. I think they got in contact with the bandits to release those people unarmed. And I think finally on Sunday, they were able to get them out unarmed.
So they basically know who they are.
Well,
and, because when you say rescue them,
yeah,
did they actually physically go there and get them out?
The security people, they, well, at the risk of revealing how they do their work.
Is Bayo Onanuga aware of what he's saying? When a presidential spokesperson speaks, he's speaking for the person he's speaking for. He's speaking for the presidency. How can he justify saying to the world, making the world know that your army or the SSS, the entire security agencies, have the numbers of the kidnappers, the so-called bandits, who are terrorists by the way, that they called them and negotiated, that's instructed them to release their victims, and they complied? Is this not an acceptance of what Donald Trump and US federal lawmakers have been saying, that the Nigerian government is complicit? There's no other way to put it. They are complicit. They just accepted that fact. Despite all their denials, they just proved them right, that they are complicit. They have the numbers, the contacts of the kidnappers and the terrorists, and they are able to call them and instruct them to release their victims, and they instantly comply. So what happened to arresting them and prosecuting them? Yes. Or does it just end at call them, let them release the people and go away and continue terrorizing Nigerians, continue kidnapping them? This does not make any sense in any way. How can security challenges in Nigeria ever end when security agencies are complicit of the crimes being committed by terrorists in Nigeria? How do they explain that they have contacts of terrorists and these terrorists wake up every day and invade communities and attack Nigerians? If they have their contacts, what happened to stopping them before they attack people? How do you explain this to the world? When Trump referred to Nigeria as a disgraced country, this is what a disgraced country looks like. It does not make any sense. Other security agencies in the world, they use technology, whatever they can, to gather intelligence against criminals, and they end up using that to stop them in their tracks, even most times before they commit any crime. But here, they have their contacts, they know their locations, they allow them to commit crimes. Then, after the fact, just to show the world that they are working or whatever might be going on in their minds, they now go back and ask them to release their victims. So you can see, there is no other way to put it. This is a disgraced country. It doesn't make any sense that they approve billions of naira. According to El-Rufai, the other time he said that 100 billion naira is being withdrawn by the TINUBU administration for security votes every month. They spend all this money and crimes continue to happen. Even an army general the other day fell in battle. So it doesn't make any sense, like I already said. What are they doing? Not just the money, the humongous budget they spend on insecurity. When is this going to end? Because no meaningful development can be achieved in an atmosphere of insecurity. Nigerians must tell themselves the truth. If you don't have peace, the country can never grow. When you have peace, you can attract long-term investments. It is that insecurity that is driving people away from this country. Even Nigerians themselves, most of them are running away, migrating to other countries because of the insecurity. If you have money, if you are wealthy, you can't even stay in Nigeria and enjoy that wealth. That's the reality. So many people are not just migrating en masse to other countries because they are seeking for greener pastures. No, majority of them are well-to-do. Even those seeking higher education abroad, you have to have money before seeking that education because it is very, very expensive. So the leaders need to understand this. If there is no enabling environment in Nigeria, if the Nigerian environment is not conducive for Nigerians themselves, how is it going to be conducive for a foreigner? Yes. If the elite in Nigeria continue to move around in long motorcades with a retinue of bodyguards, it's not conducive for anyone except them. It means that Nigeria is only working for them. And foreigners see all this. How are they going to come here and start spending that humongous amount of money on security alone? This is talking about personal security, not even home security and office security. Imagine a CEO of a multinational company contemplating investing in Nigeria, and he will be seeing politicians and the elite moving around in long motorcades, something that doesn't happen in his own country. It boils down to one thing: intentional incompetence. It's not as if they don't know what to do, but they'll choose to do this one because it pays them better. It protects their interest. Someone like TINUBU, remember when he was in opposition, how he criticized Goodluck Jonathan, how he said everything that you can say today that he was reasonable at the time he was making those criticisms against Goodluck Jonathan. But look at the same man today. Everything he criticized Goodluck Jonathan for, he has done the opposite. One other annoying thing about Nigerian security agencies, when you expect them to work, like in this case. Granted, according to Bayo Onanuga, who speaks for TINUBU by the way, he said they have their contacts. That's, they call them before they release the victims. So if they have contacts of these people, that means they can track them. They can get them wherever they are. But they don't spend that time tracking these criminals, tracking these terrorists and outlaws. Rather, they spend that time to track anyone they feel is saying anything against the government, anything they might deem antagonistic.
We came for a crusade here, live in Africa, in Nasarawa State. And live as I'm talking to you, you can see up now in the village, because we had someone that was coming back from the farm.
Look at this man who made this video yesterday, and all of a sudden the police tracked him down and arrested him. According to reports, he's been detained for more than 12 hours. For doing what? Just for posting a video showing how people were running around in a chaotic manner. It was as a result of an invasion of the grounds. Instead of the police releasing a statement urging the public to disregard the video, that they combed the area, no one was found. Even if there were gunshots, they could have said, the gunshots came from police, don't bother, continue moving around peacefully, find a way to calm the public down. But instead of taking all these civil measures, they decided to show their force. A force that they will never show against terrorists. You never see them react in this way when it involves hardened terrorists. As a matter of fact, when they are called, when there is a crime taking place, they always give one excuse or never bother to show up. Sometimes they show up when the criminals have left. So you can see, they intimidate Nigerians. They show Nigerians that, hey, we have the power, we can control you. We can decide what you say and what not to say. We can even decide how you behave. So this is not a normal society. When someone like Donald Trump refers to Nigeria as a disgraced country, Nigerian leaders who are supposed to be proving him wrong keep proving him right. They have arrested the young man. What are they going to charge him for? So you can see where they are supposed to expend energy, logistics, even money, working for Nigerian people. You don't see them doing that. As a matter of fact, they abscond from their duties. They pretend as if things they are supposed to do don't exist, so they can continue being idle or looking for where they will show you that their power of control over you. Once they feel that you are antagonistic to their agenda, they will come down hard on you. This is not how to build a country. You don't waste resources, spend energy taking someone to court. What are you going to be telling the magistrate or the high court judge? Of course, all of them work together. If we have good jurists in Nigeria, how can the police bring someone to court and the judge will not shout down at the police and throw the matter away? Yes, these are the things that encourage them to bring spurious charges against individuals in courts, wasting the court's time every time. And most of these cases, they don't end up following them through. They just want to punish that person. They just want to charge the person to court and demand a remand. And these magistrates grant that remand. The person will end up languishing in prison for a very long time. So Nigerian leaders, while Nigerians pay their salaries, they don't work for Nigerians, they work for themselves. And the only other way to correct this is for Nigerians to demand that those they are paying their salaries must work for them. They must prove why they deserve to earn that salary. If Nigerians fail to do that, they will continue riding on us. They will continue spreading narratives, and when you say something, they will come hard against you just to prove that you are not allowed to speak anyhow you want to speak, despite the fact that everyone has a human right of free speech.